Hello peeps, Matt Sparks here. Welcome to Hearthstone. Haha, didn't see that coming, did you? Unless you saw the video I put out on Sunday, in which case you did, because I kind of said I was probably going to do it. Yeah. Anyway, here we are, and we're doing it. We are going to do an arena. It's a little bit nerve-wracking because I haven't played an arena. Although I have watched many arenas take place on various videos and live streams and stuff, so I have a basic idea of how it works, and I shall do my best. To those of you that haven't seen Hearthstone before, I shall do my best to kind of explain as best I can what's going on and how everything works, at least for the first game anyway. Oh, excuse me. So the idea of the arena is that you have you play game after game, and the idea is to try and get to 9 wins before you take 3 losses. If you take 3 losses, you're out, basically. So 3 strikes and you're out. And the maximum amount of wins you can get is 9. And depending on how many wins you get after you've hit your 3 strikes or 9 wins, the better the rewards are. So obviously if you get 9 wins and only 1 loss or only 2 losses, then your rewards are going to be a lot better than if you take 5 wins and 3 losses, for example. It normally costs money. I think the very first arena you do is for free, and then after that it will cost you, I think it's £1.50 in the UK. I think it's $1.99 in the US. I think it's £1.50 in the UK. Or you can use in-game gold and use that to purchase your arena ticket, I guess you could call it that, your arena entry fee, and that's usually 150 gold, I believe. So there's the store. You can buy, this is the main page. You can buy extra decks of cards. This is your quest log, which will give you your daily quests for the day, and today is to win 3 games with any class and you get 40 gold as a reward. So that's pretty good. This will be where all your cards are stored. So as you can see, you've got all the different deck classes at the top, and then you've got some neutral cards at the end. You can just scroll through the pages and pick which ones you want. But that's for just your normal ranked play. We are doing the arena, which is slightly different. So let's go ahead and start, shall we? Okay, so when you go into the arena, you get a choice of 3 heroes, as you can see, and they are picked at random. So you never know what you're going to get when you get in there. You might find that you really hate a certain 3 deck classes, and they might pop up, and you'll have to choose which one you hate the least, I guess. For me, I have not played much of any of these classes because, as I say, I've only kind of had a little bit of. I've only had a few hours of play, and most of that was spent playing on a rogue deck, just to kind of get my bearings. I think out of the 3, Priest is probably the weakest in arena. Some people would probably argue that, but from what I've seen, Priest is probably the weakest in arena. So we have the Druid or the Warlock. Now, the Druid, I'd like the idea of playing the Druid, but I think for today we're going to go with the Warlock.
Your soul shall be mine!
Gul'dan.
Now, pick a card to add to your deck.
As the little dwarfy guy just said, you have to pick a card to put to your deck. So this aside here on the right, this is where your deck of cards will be going. And you get to choose one of the 3 cards that they put before you each and you have to build a deck of 30 cards. So, this is my first choice, and to be honest, none of them are actually really that great. Argent Commander is not too bad because he has Charge and Divine Shield. See, the problem is, Mana Addict can be a really good card, but because it's the first card we get to choose from, you don't know if it's going to be a good card or not. This is the problem with Arena, is that you don't know what cards you're going to get. So trying to build a deck around a particular theme often doesn't work, because you're relying on certain cards to come up for you to choose, and they might not. I think I'm going to go with the Argent Commander. Oh, and just so you can see, blue. These have the little blue gems underneath their name. That indicates that they are a rare card. Blue quality is rare. And just to give you a quick heads up while we've got these ones here, charge means that they can attack straight away. So as soon as you play that card, it can attack. Normally when you play a card, you have to wait until the following turn before you can actually attack with it. As you can see, this card is a 6 mana cost, this one is a 3 mana cost, this one is a 2 mana cost. You gain 1 mana each turn. You start off with 1, and you gain an extra 1 each turn until you get to a maximum of 10. And this card has 4 attack and 3 health. So if I was to attack into this card here, it would kill it, but I'd take 2 points of damage because this one has 2 health as well. So although this one would die, I'd be left with a card that only had 4 attack still, but only 1 health. Does that make sense? You'll see once we've played the first game. Anyway, I'm going to take this card out of this. So next one we have we have 1 spell, which is Sacrificial Pact. Destroy a demon, restore 5 health to your hero. That could be good, but I feel like these 2 cards are stronger. Especially as this is a 1 cost for a 3/2. Although I take 2 damage, it does mean that I get a 3/2 on the board, possibly on the first go. And Bloodfen Raptor is also good. It doesn't have any flavour text to it, but is also another 3/2 for a 2 cost. But I think I'm going to go take the Flame card for Flame Imp for that one. Now, what do we have here? Whenever a Murloc is summoned, gain +1 attack. So this could be really good if lots of Murlocs come up in this deck. But because we don't know whether they are or not, it could be a complete waste of time. In which case, I think I'm going to leave it. Sun Fury Protector is a great card, and this has a Battle Cry. Now, a Battle Cry is a spell that applies as soon as you play that card. So as soon as that card goes down onto the board, that effect takes place. So if I've got 4 or 5 minions on the board already, as soon as I play this minion, all the other ones get taunt, which means, and a taunt means the other minions on the board have to attack the taunt card first before they can attack the hero, which is pretty useful. This one is good because it's a 3/5 for 3 cost, but I have to destroy one of my mana crystals, which basically means I'll be a turn behind each turn after I've played it. I'm not sure it's really worth doing that, so I think I'm going to take the Sun Fury Protector, because taunt is pretty useful. Okay, we've got Succubus, Raging Worgen, and the Questing Adventurer. Questing Adventurer can be really awesome if played correctly, because it gets stronger with each card that you play. As you can see, it gains 1 attack and 1 health for each card that you play. So if you're playing a lot of low cost cards, this can get pretty nasty pretty quick, which is amazing. But again, we don't know if we're going to be able to play lots of low cost cards because we're only on the 4th pick of the draw. So, this Raging Worgen has an Enrage effect, which basically means when it takes damage, it gets this effect. It gets the Wind Fury, which means you can attack twice. and +1 attack. But obviously it's only got 3 health, so it can only take... you can only enrage it like twice if you get it hit with 1 point of damage and then another 1 point of damage, and then don't kill it. If you can manage to get that done, then that suddenly becomes a 5-1 with Wind Fury, and it can do 10 damage in 1 turn, which is pretty awesome, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that. Succubus, on the other hand, 2 mana cost for a 4/3 is great. It does mean you have to discard a card from your hand, though, which is not always ideal, but if you don't have many cards in your hand at the time, it can be pretty awesome. So I think I'm going to take the Succubus. Again, we've got the Raging Worgen. I would like to take the Silverhand Knight, because it summons another card onto the... it summons another minion onto the board, but I kind of want to take Shadow Bolt to get rid of any big minions that the enemy plays, because 4 damage is quite a lot and it's 3 cost. So I think I'm going to take Shadow Bolt. We got here, oh, some great cards. Siphon Soul, destroy a minion and restore 3 health. That's great. Shadow Flame, destroy a friendly minion and deal its attack damage to all enemy minions. That could also be quite good. Or we got the Twilight Drake, which gives you it gains +1 health and +1 attack for each card in your hand. So if you've got 9 cards in your hand, then that suddenly becomes a 10/10, which would be amazing. But then you still got to wait till next time before you can use it. It's the only downside. I think I'm going to go with Siphon Soul, because it can destroy a minion regardless of what health it's got. And I restore health, so I'm going to be doing that. Drain Life, deal 2 damage, restore 2 health. I think I'll take that. I'll take another Shadow Bolt, or the Dread Infernal. I think I'll take another Shadow Bolt. Oh, these are all Warlock ones, hence why they've got the purple and gold kind of patterns around the outside. So we've got a Voidwalker, which is a 1-cost card, 1 attack, 3 health with Taunt, which means it has to... the other minions have to attack that first. We've got Power Overwhelming, which gives a friendly minion 4 attack and 4 health until the end of the turn, which can also be good for getting rid of creatures. Or we have Demon Fire, which I can do 2 damage, or I can give it to a friendly demon and buff the demon and give it +2/+2, which if I've got the Flame Imp, that would make the Flame Imp a 5/4 on turn 2. That's pretty nasty, but that requires having the Demon Fire out at the same time as the Flame Imp, or the Succubus, and then that becomes a 6/5. Let's take the Demon Fire. I like the sound of that. Okay, what we've got here: Arcane Golem. Battlecry, give your opponent a mana crystal. We're not going to do that then. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to all minions. I don't like the sound of that, because a lot of my minions... yeah, I don't want to take damage off my minions. So I think we're going to take the Void Terror. This can be a beastly card if played correctly. Destroys the minions on either side of this minion, and it gains their attack and health. Yes, we're taking that. I could take another Succubus. No, I said I wanted the Silverhand Knight the last time and didn't get it, so I'm going to take another Flame Imp though. And this time we'll take the Voidwalker, because we didn't have one of them from last time. And we'll take another Shadow Bolt. Do this quite quickly. Okay. We could take this to beef up our Shadow Bolts a bit, and our Siphon Soul. But I think having this and having the extra minion damage might be better. So adjacent minions have +1 attack, so that will buff up other minions. So that's pretty cool. So I think we'll take that one. Core Hound, which is just a straight 9/5 for a 7 cost, which is pretty good, but I think the other cards could be more beneficial to us. Dalaran Mage is pretty good because it's got 4 health. It's a little bit more tricky to kill than some of the other ones that have spell power. I mean, the Ogre Magi has 4/4, but that's a 4 cost. So, or there's the Leper Gnome. That does 2 damage to the enemy hero regardless. Because it's going to die eventually. And generally, if I'm playing a spell power, then people might take that out. I don't have a lot of taunt. I think I need some more taunt creatures in this. I'm going to take the Dalaran Mage. Aha! Shattered Sun Cleric. That's pretty good. Or the Goldshift Footman. I don't think that's really worth taking. It dies so easy. Or there's the Nightblade, so I can give a friendly minion a +1/+1, which is what I'm thinking I might do. Or deal 3 damage to the enemy hero. I think I'll take this Shattered Sun Cleric. Mortal Coil, deal 1 damage to a minion. If that kills it, draw a card. That's a good one, but I also quite like a Razorfen Hunter. But I'll take the Mortal Coil for the time being. What we got here? See, Shadow Flame can be quite good because if you've got a minion that's only got 1 health left and is likely to die the next turn, you could always just use this and do the same amount of damage you would do to maybe 1 minion to all of the minions, which might be quite good for a little bit of board clear because I don't really have much in the way of board clear right now. Although the Master Swordsmith is very good, I think I don't have any 4-cost cards either, so I'm going to take that one. Demolish is pretty fun. Or the Twilight Drake. These are the 2 I'm thinking of. I have a charge with Divine Shield, but I think slightly lower cost cards are going to be better for me because I have life tap. So I think getting more small cost cards out means I can put more stuff out in the field. I'm thinking the Demolisher because you can't. With Twilight Drake, it can be really great, but if you don't play it at the right time, it can be absolutely rubbish. I mean, look, it's a 4 with 1 attack and 1 health. So if it's the only card in your deck, then it's worthless. Whereas Demolisher can be pretty good. Sense Demons. It's a card draw, but not really. I think I might just take the. Oh, hang on, let's think about this. What's the Void Terror is a 3-cost card. This is also a 3-cost card. If I had them both in my deck at the same time, I could put the Magma Rager down first, which would then, and then the Void Terror as well, which would then put the Void Terror at 8/4 before even take. No, it's too situational. I'm going to take the Kobold Geomancer. Let's take the Storming Champion. Gives everything a buff. Oh, Blood Imp. Got to take the Blood Imp because it gives everything increased health. Although I do like the Youthful Brewmaster. The battle cry is return a friendly minion from the battlefield to your hand, which basically means if something has a battle cry, let's see, for example, the Shattered Sun Cleric. You put the Shattered Sun Cleric out, you buff a friendly minion with +1 attack, +1 health. Then you play your Youthful Brewmaster, take the Shattered Sun Cleric back off the field, that minion stays buffed, and then you can play the Shattered Sun Cleric again and rebuff the same minion if you wanted to. So then you've effectively given it +2/+2 instead of +1/+1. It's very handy, but I think in this situation, having a 1-cost card that buffs everything with health is too good to miss out. We'll take another one of these because it buffs the other minions. Acolyte of Pain can be quite good. because if it takes damage, then I get to draw a card. But quite often, I see this get played and it gets killed straight away, and you only get one card draw off of it. I quite like the charge though, and with the amount of buffing I'm getting, that could be quite useful. And I need some more 4-cost cards, so we'll take that one. Another taunt. Don't have much in the way of taunt. I'll take that. Questing Adventure I'd normally go with, but have I got a Mortal Coil already? I have. Oh, that could be really useful. Your minions cost 2 less, but no less than 1. Let's take the Summoning Portal. We'll take the Acidic Swamp Ooze just in case we get a thing with a weapon. The Acidic Swamp Ooze. I almost said Swamp Poos. Destroys opponent's weapons, so if we come up against like a rogue or a warrior or something, or a paladin, or even a hunter, they can equip weapons, we can get rid of it. That is of no use to me because I don't have weapons. Harvest Golem is pretty good. I don't want that one, so let's take the Harvest Golem. We could take another Void Terror, or we could take Defender of Argus, because that one gives taunt. This is our last card, so we don't have much taunt, so I'm going to take the Defender of Argus. Okay. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a little sip of my tea. So, as you can see, that is our deck. I'm feeling relatively confident about this. I think it could be quite a good deck. I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's to play the arena.